a lot of times we don't get the proper timing to actually be able to plan a shoot. Like, we don't get the availability to go on set and actually create an idea of what it is that we're going to, one, need, and two, like, what's the plan for the shoot. So a lot of times you have to kind of go in blind, but that's where I think satellite 3D kind of comes into play. So I was recently hired on to do a short film with LaPaul Crawford, the owner of Primate Vision. Again, not sponsored, but I wanted to really talk about my process of how uh, I've planned to shoot this. So LaPaul has sent me these boards, and this is basically the color scheme that he wants. One of the problems is I don't know what the bar looks like. I kind of got a little bit of a clip of video from him to kind of get an idea of what it looks like. But we're shooting also at 8 a.m., so we got the block light out, which is probably a good thing because we get more control. Um, but in Satellite 3D, I do have a bar scene already set up. And so one of the things that I noticed, if we look at this bar scene, I'm going to make this a lot bigger. Let's go here. Okay, cool. All right, so if we look at the way that this is set up, right, I have lights over top of the bar, which is not the same thing that they have there. They have overhead fluorescents, which I'm going to turn them off anyways. And to get this look that he's looking for, basically what I did was I started with the amount of gear that I have. Because one of the things that happens when we only have like 3 hours to shoot a lot of it on the first day. And then two, I hate bringing extra stuff that I'm not going to use because then I'm worried the entire time that somebody's going to steal something. Whether that be they break into my trailer, they break into my car, I'm always have to worry about that. So I try to bring the exact amount that I need and then a couple more things for the setup. So just in case I need more light or just in case I need to cut some light, I have those little extra things that I can bring in that won't be staying in my car. So, all right, right now we're looking at this. The camera setup right now, because we're shooting on the C70, is going to be full frame. And I'm shooting in a 4:3 aspect ratio. On my 24 to 105 f4, I have the ISO set to 800, which is the first base ISO. And then we're probably going to shoot at a T4, right? So I have my shutter angle at 1/80th. And I like to bring my Kelvin scale, my white balance, down to about 4,500 because I will probably be shooting raw, or I'll be shooting like the highest quality of camera or of codec that I have that's not raw. So I have the ability to pull left and right. A lot of times too, I like to convert to ProRes, which is a really good way of converting as well. So let's get into this lighting setup. So what I like to do is I like to take the pictures. Again, here are the pictures. And I like to think about what does that look like. He made these images off of AI, so I don't know exactly if that's 100% what he wants or if he's just trying to put an idea out there. So obviously the one thing I like to bring in is tubes. Tube lights are like my favorite. So I'll bring this one in over here and have it trained to him. As we can see, we're getting light from this side now. You can finally see his face. Let's make this smaller since I don't need it that much. All right, so we'll make this this size. And then I like to make sure that it's trained on that person, right? And then I'll take the color and pick something that's close to teal. Or I can go with this color. Find something I see. I'll probably just use the blade, right? The jade, I should say. It's like a teal. Hit OK. I like to put, because I like to try to make it realistic so I remember how many stands and stuff that I have to have. So I got one stand here. All right, I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to move this to that side, which is already there. But like, oops, wrong thing. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna bring it over here and turn it completely to train on him. Make sure that's selected. Yep, that's selected. And right now I gotta change the color here to an orange. Kind of like the idea of dark amber, and that's that, right? So right now, this is very similar to what he likes. This is what he's looking at. So again, this is just this portion of it was just that. This is how I'm just trying to figure out what lights I need to bring because for the close-ups of the hands and stuff like that, that could easily be set up the same exact way. And so I'm not using Titan tubes. So my tubes are not Titan. They are by another company. Not exactly sure the name. It's from China. So I'll probably end up using 2 of each. And then maybe wrap them with some type of like thin diffusion to kind of make it one single source. But so there's that, right? And this is the look. And the thing is that they're at 100%. So Titan tubes are pretty bright, and that's the way that looks. So we'll go to the other side, which is the side of the woman, and look at her side. Now, she's brighter right now because these lights up top of here, right? These lights are up to they light the back of this up. They light the background, which is the bar with all the bottles and stuff like that. Now, I don't think it's going to be that way 100%. I just know that in most bars, they have lights to light up the bar where all the drinks are. And I don't know exactly what this is going to look like. So this is another one that's going to be kind of iffy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the first one. I'm going to click on both of these because I already know that I'm about to reuse these tubes, right? So I'm going to copy, come back to this side and paste it. So now they're automatically there. So we kind of already have it, but I'm going to have to move this a little bit closer for her and actually have these trained on her. So another option, instead of having to move these lights, another one of the options might be have one set on him and one set on her from the jump. That also gives us the idea, like we can see behind us, right? Because that's one of the things that's going to be a problem too, is being able to see back here. Because at some point, there are going to be people back there. And so right now I have it where I can see one. I probably will move this to where I can see both. Maybe enough to see one full table. I can see 2 people sitting there maybe. But that's not about blocking right now, but it's about lighting. So right now I have my list of things I need is 2 Titan tubes or tube lights and 2 light stands. That's all I need right now. Again, that's just based off of this. I'm not using Titan tubes. Titan tubes are kind of expensive. And they're super bright. I'm not even denying that they're probably brighter than the tubes that I own. So I'm going to take the chance of just doing 2. And or trying to figure out if I could do 1 and move the light closer, because that's where I think, because you're gonna have a more intense light the closer you get to the person. So if I pull this closer, you see how much more intense it gets on her. So I'm gonna pull it back, leave it here for now, because this is the kind of ratio that I want. And let's apply it. And let's look at the images by itself right now, because I know we looked at the images before. These are the ones that we were looking at, but the actual rendered versions of this is not. It's not far off. And then, like I said, all the close-ups and all that type of stuff that he's looking to do will be really determining factor on that would be, I can literally hold tubes. I can move them to a spot. They're going to be in close-ups. Like, I can Hollywood them. I don't have to actually set it up for a long time. So I can just hold it, hit record while they do things. Sorry about the crack in the voice. But, yeah, so these are the shots right now. This is one of the shots that really caught my eye. You got the back, you got the light on the back. If you look here, you got the light on the back separating him from the background. That's going to be up there. And then You have the light here that's actually her front light, which is his backlight. But then I can actually pull these tubes back a little bit to kind of separate her a little bit, or add another tube light to separate her a little bit more. The other plan is too, I think there's supposed to be some people sitting here later on. I'm going to specifically light them by themselves too. And so right now with the planning phase of it, I'm thinking, and this is just me thinking, I'm going to have 5 4-foot tubes and 6 1-foot tubes. Simply because the 1-foot tubes are lighter, and I can actually use those for separation and background to highlight things in the background, or I can use them on the bar if I need to, depending on what the scenario looks like. So as of right now, my kit is looking like my Canon C50, my 24 to 105 f4, and then looking at 5 of my 4-foot tubes, maybe 5 of my 1-foot tubes, and then I'm gonna bring some negative fill because I don't know what the situation looks like. From what I understand, there's a wall that is it's just a window wall, but it also has blinds, so it might not cut out everything. So I want to at least be able to block light from coming in. In this scenario, I didn't put the wall in there. I could put the wall in there and then just set for that, but I already know I plan to bring in negative fill, and then I might bring a couple of the like 80 Ds from Aperture, and then have gels for that maybe. Um, but again, it's really dependent on the scenario, and I think my tubes can get away with everything. If not, I can also shoot at 6400 to kind of bring up my exposure. But yeah, I'm excited about the short film. This year is going to be really a lot of projects, and then I'm going to take you guys on my planning process for it. And then if I have short films that I'm editing or something like that, I want to bring you guys in on that as well. So if you're not already, like, subscribe, hit the bell. I would also say follow Paula Crawford, Primate Visions, and pay attention to what's happening. Again, none of this video is sponsored by by Primate Vision or any Satellite 3D or anything that I've been using. We're trying to get to that point where we're sponsored, but right now we're not sponsored. So, yeah, continue to create, go make art.